Moving on to one of the real interesting matchups this weekend against two teams that won their opening weekend games, San Francisco versus Minnesota. San Francisco comes in at potentially still missing Christian McCaffrey, but boy, they were impressive. You just got to say they were impressive against what I feel is a very good New York Jets defense. And the Frisco defense just did a nice job, which against a very competent, if not above average, New York Jets offense. So Frisco did nothing to me to say they aren't really the class of the NFC and the team to beat to get to the Super Bowl. And on the flip side, you had Minnesota, who just came out and just put a hurting on the New York Giants and made Daniel Jones look like, well, Daniel Jones. And I feel sorry for that kid, but he's another one confidence wise. But we'll talk more about him when we're talking about the Giants. Minnesota, on the other hand, found a quarterback who I don't know how much confidence he's had in the past, but I think sitting for a year, especially learning from Shanahan, and now getting his opportunity in Minnesota, I think that bodes well for Minnesota. I think Sam Darnold, coming off one of the better weekends there in week one for quarterbacks, accounted for himself very well. Their O line is solid, and they've got Aaron Jones in the backfield. This Minnesota team might surprise some people this year. Will they have enough to surprise San Francisco this weekend? Um, I don't know if I'm going that far, but it's in Minnesota. You got to put up with that pesky horn going off all the time. We'll see what happens there. What are you thinking about this one?
So opened right around 5. It's already been bet up to 5.5. So some early money coming in on the Niners. Um, I'm with you. I think Minnesota is one of, I don't want to call them a surprise of week one because we bet Minnesota week one. I thought that was one of the most gimme bets of our entire week one slate in
Yep.
Minnesota -1. Um, this week, I'm with you. I think we do have a play on this game. Um, but when you're looking at the spread itself, I think you're laying the number, you're staying away. Uh,
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
not necessarily a proponent of betting Minnesota plus the points, even though they are at home. Um, the Niners, they're just loaded like that. I think they're, I don't want to say head and shoulders above everybody else in the NFC because I think Philly could potentially
Yeah.
give them a game, even though can they really give them a game? I guess that'll be yet to be seen. Um, but yeah, no, we got one bet in this one that we really like, um, that hope to stay hot in the NFL on. But yeah, this
Yeah.
Minnesota,
No, I.
we'll see. But they
Yeah.
got to prove it to me against a legit team, not just the Giants.
Yeah.
It is a Sam
And
Darnold revenge spot, though.
yeah, and bottom line is San Francisco is the bar you want to test yourself against. If you can play against San Francisco, this will go a long way to helping the confidence of this Minnesota Vikings team. If San Francisco comes in and just lays the wood to them, it could really be detrimental to a team for a long period of time. That's like you said, we also have a bet in this one that we really like. So head on over to BatzBets.com and check that package out and check those bets out. Uh,
You know
I
what?
think you'll really
Let,
like the
let's
outcome.
let's
Yeah,
do something
fire
a
away.
little special for since we're live here on both Twitch and our YouTube. If you're watching in one of those chats, make sure to go run over to the other platform, like the video. Let's uh let's give this one out for free to the people watching.
Okay, I can
But
I can do
yeah,
that. Let's do it.
we went 1 unit on the over. It
Yep.
opened 44.5. It's up to
Yep.
46.5, so I would get that early because it's
Yeah,
just going to keep going up.
definitely.
The way I see this, the San Francisco 49ers keep hanging 30 on everybody they're playing, and I
Yeah.
don't necessarily see that changing against Minnesota. Sam Darnold does have a good understanding of that 49er defense going against him in practice every day. So I expect there to be some points in the dome. We have the over.
Yep.
And again, I'd
Yep.
take that early.
Yeah, get it as soon as possible because points are going to be put up definitely by San Francisco. And I agree wholeheartedly. San Francisco puts up a 35 spot. uh, you know, Minnesota's just going to have to keep up. Uh,